Hi guys, I'm Dan. Welcome to the Pauper Gauntlet. This is a summary of what has happened during the first week of the Pauper Gauntlet up until Tier 1 Day. Tier 1 Day is happening on August the 18th from 11 AM GMT. That's about possibly 7 AM Eastern time and 3 AM Pacific time. For at least 7 hours, possibly more, I will be streaming so long because I want to be better at streaming, and I'm gonna play all the tier 1 decks in the Pauper Gauntlet. But that's not what I'm going to talk about here. I'm going to talk about what has actually happened in the Pauper Gauntlet. So this is a spoiler for what has really gone on. So I'm gonna give you all the results. I don't know if I am gonna do this for the Gauntlet or not, or if I'm gonna have to make you look at the last 5 minutes of every video if you're interested. So tell me if you like this kind of update. I'm not sure I'm doing it again. So let me know. It might just reduce how much people watch the other videos. But I'm gonna give you the result for the Gauntlet without further ado as soon as I find it on my computer. I have a problem with using Google Drive here. I just lost a very important Excel document and I can't find it. So these are the decks. 5 color green. Beat Rebel Post 2-1. I've shown this document in some of the videos. I don't know if you want me to do that or not either. This is not an official document, it's just my own, and the official document is going to be the articles on Pure, coming at least every other week during the Gauntlet. So 5 color green is in the second round of the Gauntlet. We are still in the first round of the Gauntlet. There is about 20 decks left to play. Icy Hot Hottie was eliminated by Simic Stormpost, by Temporal Fissure, by Fissure Post, whatever you want to call the beast. 5 color green is also unclaimed in the Steam Event competition. This is the Steam Event competition. So if you want to bet on it, you should go to my Pure article from August the 12th and stake your claim. If you haven't claimed a deck already, you can claim 5 color green because it's open. I'm gonna play new plan, the new plan, in the beginning of next week. I'm playing all the complicated decks after tier 1 day, so those that have a W2 or week 2 thing on them is gonna be played on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. Affinity is playing on tier 1 day. Deluxe Mill was crushed by goblins, and you get to vote one deck back, and this is everyone's guess for the deck that's gonna get voted back. The voting is in an article on Pure in the commentaries. The article will be published after round 2, probably on September 9th. There will also be a break for 4 days in the Gauntlet after September 9th, because I'm going on a business trip where I can't play Gauntlet things. Deluxe Mill, do you want it back? Actually, I had the wrong deck lists. I didn't have the accumulated knowledges in the deck list. I don't think it would have affected the game a lot, but it's a reason for you to vote back Deluxe Mill. Familiar Storm got crushed by Delver in the horrible slaughter on the first day of the tournament, but Delver is the deck that wins against Familiar Storm a lot. Songs of the Damned, gonna play anytime it's on the reserve now for being played on tier 1 day. If it's not played on tier 1 day, it's gonna be played pretty soon after, probably before the week 2 decks, but then in week 2. The allies, they're marching off to war, to war, to war, they're marching off to war. They are in round 2, after an epic victory over Delverfield. Mono Black Control didn't manage to win over Delverfiend. Stinkweed Zombies have figured as the opposing deck randomly, but it is waiting to play before the week 2 decks, really, but in week 2 then. Suicide Black met Izzet Post, and that was actually in the sideboard plan of Suicide Black. It said, well, Izzet Post wins, and it did. Illusory Tricks crushed the big bad boogeyman of the format. Monoblue Stormpost, Fisher Post, Temporal Fisher was destroyed by the blue tempo deck, just like Delver would have done. Good work, Illusory Post. Speaking of Delver, Monoblue Stormpost and Monoblue Control, they're all playing on Tier 1 day. Beastdown lost against Stompy, and I've already won against Stompy with Beastdown, so I was so disappointed. I loved Beastdown. Please vote it back. Elves playing on Tier 1 day, Stompy playing on Tier 1 day. Rotwolf Control, my only own brew, crushed by Delverfiend. I'm surprised at the amount of Delverfiends I've run into compared to slivers. I thought there would be slivers everywhere, but there weren't. Green Post lost to Stompy pretty handily. It turns out that Green Post had no way at all of stopping a Skargan Pitskulk with a Howl of the Hunger of the Hullpack on. It was actually just loss. A loss. Burn Goblins, Tier 1 day. All the white decks have won. It's amazing. They weren't played close to each other either. So Soul Sisters, White Weenie, Suicide White, Affinity, and the only white deck that lost the game was Rebel Post to Affinity. If you want to look at one nail-baiting video, but now I spoiled it, you should look at Rebel Post versus Affinity. I really like that one. It was a tough battle. Trinket defeated Red Deck Wins. And Death Deluxe actually died to slivers. Death Deluxe lost to a creature deck. It was horrible. But it's gone. It was part of the day 1 slaughter. Flying Dinosaurs is going to be played very soon. It's on the reserve list. Do it means play it if you run out of decks to play on Tier 1 day. And otherwise play it beginning next week. Simic Storepost, Simic Storm playing on Tier 1 day. Love Train next week, complicated deck. Complicated deck, Great Brewer, don't want to embarrass myself. I want the confidence from Tier 1 day, when I'm gonna crush the tournament practice room. Izzet Post, Delverfiend, playing on Tier 1 day. Counterburn, crushed by Songs of the Damned in the mayhem of day 1. Dominus, sadly defeated by Stinkweed Zombies. Those were a couple of bad hands that I drew. And I died on Twitch, even. Azorius Kitty, one of the embarrassment decks that I can really mess up. And I want to show David Schaefer that I can represent his deck. I think I can have started to play Simic Stormpost relatively well, but Azorius Kitty not so much. Project X, also an embarrassment deck, playing on week 2. Poo Dragons lost to Bava, who sniped me with Project X. So if you want to see Project X in action, it's in the Poo Dragons video. Red Green Tempo by the Luxikoith actually really crushed Mono Black Control despite me playing like an ass. You know, the animal, not the part of you. Hexproof, Tier 1 day. Slivers got crushed by Elves. I think Elves has an excellent Slivers matchup because, yeah, once the life gain and the timber what Elf kicks in, there's not much Slivers can do. Midnight Sisters still waiting to play. Rocky Horror is definitely the embarrassment deck of them all. It is renowned for its red black tortured existence from E-Hustle, and it is legendary because nobody else knows how to play it. I have some inside tips on how to play it, and that makes it even more embarrassing when I do a lot of mistakes and lose to like slivers. Grey Ghost lost to Mono Blue Control. Pestilence defeated Izzet Post. The biggest quit of the Of the gauntlet so far, I still think I was on the trail of winning, actually. I definitely had a 50-50 chance, I think, at least. Massive sideboard against it, and he was 50 minutes into the video in the first duel. Boris Kitty saved the first day. So we are now 11-14. I win 14 losses, 11 wins. 44% match win. It's a lot less than I thought, but I think I will end up at 60-70% in the end of the gauntlet. And there are 33 decks that are still in the gauntlet. Of those, let's see how many are already in round 2. So 5 color green, Delver allies, Illusory Tricks, all the white decks, Trinket. It is 11 decks, of course. Eleven decks are in round 2. That means that 25 decks are played, 22 decks still remain to play. And that's what we are gonna do starting tomorrow on Tier 1 day. Thank you for watching.